They said did a great job. Thank you. Happy Friday, everyone. Happy Friday. I said I was going to be in here talking about Daniel Robinson. You know, it's a case, I guess, that's been going on. It hasn't been really all over the national news like that compared to Gabby Petito. So I just want to do this honor and respect because I've been putting out all my energy towards the Gabby Petito case. And again, you know, of course, she was missing. They found her remains not September 19th. But when I heard about Daniel Robinson, I was like, man, this is really crazy because this guy is, I think it was in Buckeye, Arizona, I believe, and I was talking to my coworker about this, you know, and I don't even know like too much about it. But I know that he just went missing, and there was no trace of him, and I'm just like, that is so strange. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna start sharing some things. I'm gonna go ahead and do my research. It's just respect for the family, and you know, my condolences as well. So I'm gonna share the screen here. We're gonna look at some articles, and we're gonna get into some discussions. Okay, you guys continue to like, comment, subscribe, share the video. I really appreciate that. Like I said, man of my word, I'm going ahead and do what I can to, you know, to bring some more information here. Okay. All right. See where we at. Share screen. All right. Here we go. All right. They said father of missing Phoenix man Daniel Robinson says I'm still keeping my faith. So this is Daniel Robinson here. He was last seen in a remote area in Buckeye, Arizona on June 23rd, 2021. Okay. All right. So this for the Phoenix News. The father of Daniel Robinson is holding out hope that his son, who was last seen west of Phoenix more than 3 months ago, will be found alive. So I'm going to continue believing David Robinson, which is good. I don't have anything to indicate that my son is out there walking somewhere, but you know what? I'm still keeping my faith. So background history about him. So Daniel's a 24-year-old geologist. He was living in Phoenix, has been missing since he left a remote work site in Buckeye on June 23rd. So the Buckeye police said he was last seen driving west into a desert area near Sun Valley Parkway and Cactus Road, about 10 miles north of Interstate 10. A rancher found Daniel's Jeep Renegade on his side in a ravine on his property, about 4 miles southwest of the work site, on July 19th. So the airbags were deployed, and Daniel's cell phone, his wallet, and keys were found at the scene. So Buckeye police said they believe Daniel was wearing a seatbelt when the vehicle rolled, and they don't suspect foul play. David relocated from South Carolina to Phoenix after his son went missing. He has hired a private investigator and set up a GoFundMe account to help cover expenses. Information about the case and how to help is available at pleasehelpfinddaniel.com. Again, that is pleasehelpfinddaniel.com. We're following every lead, everything David said, nothing is off the table. So police and other agencies have searched more than 70 square miles by ground and air using cadaver dogs. Okay. Off-road vehicles, a drone, a helicopter. That's good to have resources here, but David isn't satisfied with the efforts. I'm still trying to get it moved up to a possible criminal case. That way the Buckeye Police Department can continue doing a search with, you know, do warrants and things like that, do a little bit more searching a particular area. Yeah. Because it could be anyone. That I believe that probably took him. If it's you know, his eyes will still remain in the Jeep. So we're still pushing them to do more to continue the search. Uh, Last week, Buckeye Police released a partial report on the active case. We are committed to finding Daniel Robinson, Chief Larry Hall said in a statement. So our investigators are working tirelessly to find answers and bring closure to Daniel's loved ones. The missing Phoenix man is 5 feet 8 inches tall and weigh 165 pounds and has black hair and brown eyes. He is missing his right hand and part of his forearm. He's missing his right hand and part of his forearm. Okay. His family is offering a $10,000 reward for information that leads to Daniel being located. Daniel's disappearance has drawn increased interest since the Gabby Petito case garnered massive attention earlier this month. So the media was criticized for excessive coverage of the search for Petito, a young white woman whose body was found September 19th, while taking little notice of cases involving people of color. Davis said, in addition to trying to find his son, he's been advocating for others going through similar experiences. A lot of families don't have the opportunity to even get a chance to speak about their loved ones. So I'm trying to advocate for them also, he said. I'll do a little bit more. That's from Qatar News. You can say do some more, man. I was just trying to figure out how this young man, end up missing though. It's from Inside Edition. Let's see what they say. It's ads. Let the ad is over. Let me go ahead and see what's going on. All right, almost finished. Okay.
Hat on, but at the same time, I got to put my search hat on and go out there and find my sons.
Since June, David Robinson has been hoping for news about his 24-year-old son's whereabouts. Daniel Robinson is a geologist who was last seen leaving his work site in the Arizona desert on June 23, 2021. Mr. Robinson hired a private investigator and left his South Carolina home to be present in Arizona during the search for Daniel, never thinking their family would still need answers 3 months later. In July, Daniel's Jeep was found 2 miles away from the work site, but with no trace of Daniel. Authorities say they have searched a 70-square-mile area for Daniel Robinson, but his father says it's not enough.
Daniel's the kind of guy that brings people together, so of course people would like to be around him.
Even in his disappearance, Daniel is bringing people together. Co-workers, friends, and strangers have shown up week after week to search for him.
Now, it's a lot of people, but I try to shake hands because, I just want people to know how grateful I am for the community.
And while Gabby Petito's disappearance made international headlines, and Daniel's has not, Mr. Robinson is full of compassion for what the Petito family is experiencing.
Of course, that was devastating just to hear another family's going through the same thing I was around at the same time I was going through.
Yeah.
And when I found out she was my son's age, just reading, that's like horrible. It was a horrible thing, and I already know what the family's going through. My family knows what the family's going through, and I don't wish it on anybody.
Robinson says this experience has turned him into an activist for the families of missing persons.
I run into families all the time that email me and text me and tell me their story, and you just be amazed the pain that people go through.
Daniel Robinson is 5 foot 8 inches tall and about 155 pounds. He was born without a right hand, which his father says made him even more determined to succeed.
He wanted to play the French horn. He taught himself to play the French horn. He wanted to play football. He played football. So Daniel did everything he wanted to do and challenged himself to do it. He never take no for an answer.
While his life has been publicly reduced to facts about his disappearance, Daniel Robinson has parents, an older brother, a twin sister, grandparents, and countless friends who desperately want to find him.
He's a scientist. He worked hard for what he got, and he's out there somewhere, and I need some help in finding him.
Yeah.
For Inside Edition Digital,
I hope that young man is still alive, though. I don't know if he was drugged or anything, but that's interesting, though. It's good that his dad is still very persistent on this. Still working hard, figuring out, working with the authorities to go ahead and listen, man, being pursuing them. Listen, we got to find where he is, because it's not even confirmed that he's dead or anything. It's just he's missing. So like I say, Robinson, his father, hired a private investigator. He left his South Carolina home, living at to be in Arizona. While in July, Daniel's Jeep was found 2 miles away from the work site, but there's still no trace of Daniel. Authorities say they have searched a 70 square mile area for Daniel, but his father says it's not enough. Man, since his disappearance, coworkers, friends, and strangers have shown up week after week to search for him. And with Gabby Petito's disappearing international headlines, and Daniels has not. Robson's full of compassion. Yeah. So, um, man, I just really wish how what happened to this young man. Like, how did he get into the accident? Was he on drugs, intoxicated? Because like I said, he seemed like he was just living from a work site. It was just something simple. And I think too, one of his family members, he was over there over his family member's house. He was just staring like at the wall for like 30 minutes. Like he wasn't just doing anything. So she thought that was like pretty much a strange behavior. So I don't know if he was drugged or anything, man. It's got to be something going on in the background, that we don't know about. But like I said, for Daniel Robinson, he needs to be found. We need to see what's going on, because I don't even imagine, like, it's just hard to sleep at night, just to, knowing that it's a possibility that your son is probably somewhere, living and walking around. You don't want to just confirm that he's dead if you don't know that for a fact. Like I said, I pray that he continue his mom, his dad. I feel like his dad was very active in his life, which is good. This guy was very resilient. I know he was born without a right hand. And taught himself how to play certain instruments, which is really good. It's like he has a lot of tenacious, man. He gets it done. Like, he's a geologist. So I mean, that's even a very grateful career, man. Very good career. I also see like another source here on CNN too. They're talking about it, maybe talking about the same stuff right now. But I just still want to kind of cover this a little bit more. Wow. Let's see, they had a little bit more. Let's see. Dang, they've been in Arizona for the last 3 months searching for his 24-year-old son, David. So Daniel Robinson went missing after leaving a work site. This one, June 23rd. Wow. Robinson's one of Black and brown families who loved ones remaining missing and say they have struggled to get fair attention on their cases. Some say they have grown frustrated with watching the search for missing Petito. Yeah, on the spotlight. The issue has for years prompted people of color to take matters into their own hands, holding rallies, launching independent probes, and seeking help from community advocates and lawmakers to get their cases in the public eye. Yeah, and that's my biggest prayer too. I don't want this to be a race thing, but at the same time, I see how they doing everything they can to find receive Gabby Petito to get justice and everything. But same time too, man, like I said, this is a human issue. It's like over 400. They said over 460,000 cases of just people just being missing in the United States every single year. That's including women, men, children, adults. It's crazy, man. So I mean, I know that for a fact. That I said this before. The news cannot cover every single missing case. It's just too much. They can't do that. But this is what I like about the internet, because people have like different thoughts and opinions, and they can go ahead and do that. They can actually dedicate themselves and their channels to missing people in cases, and solving cases, and which is good. So I mean, I'm not going to get into the fact that this is because she's white, everybody, but with Daniel Robinson, I'm gonna raise a lot of awareness on this too, and I'm just glad that his father, he's taking matters in his hands to, being an advocate for missing people, and the good thing is, as you can see, he was very articulate when he stated that, in compassion, for Gabby's family, what they're going through. It's unfortunate. It really is, man. The study points out that missing Black people are less likely to garner media attention at the outset than other groups, and when they do make the news, they receive a lower intensity of coverage. Yeah. Zach Somers, a criminologist and author of the Northwestern study, told CNN that bias and systematic racism play a role in missing white women syndrome, a term he said was coined by the late TV news anchor Gwen. He felt, as a culture, we are rarely willing to accept stories about white folks as victims as something we should care about. He said, when we see a white person who has gone missing, we see that they could be my daughter, neighbor, cousin, or friend, and they identify with that person. More likely to read a story that we would if this person is of color. Okay, now this is just statistics here. Black and Native Americans make us the disproportionate share of active missing person cases, according to FBI in 2020. 90,000 active missing persons cases at the end of 2020. Wow. Okay. David Robinson, who described his son as an outspoken geologist who loved the outdoors. Okay, he has a lot of friends. Said he believes that if Daniel were white, police would be working harder to find him. It bothers me and upsets me that my son being missing is not important. It's not urgent and has gotten much attention. He said, I lost faith in the Buckeye Police Department. Daniel's car was discovered by a rancher on July 19th. So that's 3 miles away from his work site. So the good thing is, he wasn't too far from his work site. But I don't know if someone's preying on him. Like it had to be somebody. I don't know, man, because his clothes is in there, wallet, cell phone, and he's just gone. And I'm thinking, common sense, but like it's hot in the middle of the desert too. And if he's, even if he's like he don't have that much food or water in his system, he's not gonna go as far. If you get out the vehicle, it'll still be a body there. It'll still be traces there. Thing is, we don't have a trace. So I don't know if someone in his department, it's something had to be really deep. So yeah, I want answers as well. Buckeye Police. Oh, that's Steve Rose. Okay, Buckeye Police Assistant Chief Bob Sanders told CNN that his officers have covered all of our bases in the search for Daniel Robinson. Sanders said the department has followed up on every lead. They interview co-workers, friends, and relatives and review all evidence. As of Wednesday, no foul play is suspected in Daniel Robinson disappearance, which I disagree. I believe it has to be some type of foul play. Daniel is a member of our community, and we are committed to finding him. They have to find him, man. They have to, because he could be anywhere. There has not been the drive to find Jelani. Other Black family says they are also angered about how police have handled their cases. Some have gained more attention on social media in light of Petito's case. On Thursday, the body of missing graduate student Jelani Day was identified a month after he went missing. The coroner of LaSalle County, Illinois, confirmed Day's identity through forensic dental identification and DNA testing and comparison. The office said in a news release shared by the Bloomington Police Department, the cause of death remains unknown, the release said, pending further investigation. Day, a 25-year-old graduate student at Illinois State University, whose mother said he aspired to become a speech pathologist, was reported missing on August 25th in Bloomington, Illinois. Wow. His mother, Cameron Bolden Day, has spoken out in recent days, pleading to answers and more help finding Jelani. The Bloomington Police Department have been in frequent contact with them. Man, it's just so many missing people, man. Wow. And really, the cases are not taken seriously when it comes to African Americans. Jacob said it's unfair that, okay, so this is missing nearly 5 years. Tony Jacobs said her daughter, Keisha Jacobs, has been missing since September 26, 2016. Wow. When she left the family's apartment in Richmond, Virginia, Jacobs said Keisha, now 26, said she was going to spend a night with a friend but never returned home the next day. Wow. Wow. What's up, Miss VSN? Hey, I wanted to show support. This is a very tough case mentally. Yes, it is. Miss V. And I like your channel too. I appreciate you. I'm gonna have to watch that movie, The Ultimate Gift. I really like your commentary on that, and shouts out to Miss V, man. Miss VSN. She has great content. I mess with her and Max. Really good. But yeah, it is sad, Miss VSN. Like I said, I've been doing a lot of research. I've been staying up late at night, researching the Petito case, the Gabby Petito case, because I'm thinking like, it's just evil and wickedness, man. Like I said with Max, like it couldn't be my daughter, man. I'll be so angry. Like he would have I won't even shoot the kid though. I'll probably brutally like beat him down with my fist, bro. Like that's just, you mean to tell him you're gonna come home? You was on a cross country trip. You're gonna come home without my daughter? Nah, bro. Like they ain't happening. Then you're gonna have the audacity to go camping with your family, like everything is good. Come on now. But like I said, these people, and I don't look at this as a black and a white thing, man. Miss VSN, I was just so angry, like, but I sacrificed the sleep just to understand this. But yeah, it's so many cases. Like I said, with Daniel Robinson, I wish he was, I hope he's still alive and well. I don't know if he was drugged up. It's no traces. But man, it's so many cases, man. I really will probably dedicate a channel. I don't know. I probably could do this on Young Lee Jr. channel, just missing people, man. It's just cases because I like following cases and doing trials and things of that nature. But yeah, this is mentally draining. This is very mentally draining. Like I said, that's why I respect investigators. I respect FBI investigators. Doing their job. It's extremely difficult. But reading on that said, Jacob said police initially suggested she was ignoring her mother's calls and likely wasn't missing. However, 14 months after Kishay went missing, police said they suspected foul play was a factor in her disappearance. And she was missing since 2016. Jacob says it's unfair that Kishay, who was only a year younger than Gabby Petito, when she vanished, did not receive the same intense search effort and publicity as Petito. My heart goes out to everybody that's missing. I don't want any parents to go through what I've gone through. Jacobs told CNN, but at the same time, it does frustrate me because she didn't get that attention. She sure didn't. I didn't know nothing about this. What made the FBI think her case was more important than Kashi's? So Ms. V said, understandable too for loving parents to seek out justice for the children. It's scary. Yeah. Yeah, it is. It is. Like I said, that's a spiritual thing though, man. Like I don't get it, man. And I'm trying not to talk too much about the Gabby Petitos because this is supposed to be about Daniel Robinson, but it's really mind-boggling, man, and it's frustrating too because this guy could be living somewhere comfortable right now. Brian Laundrie, why he know that he's America's most wanted, and allegedly he killed like a young woman. And that's not being a man too. You coming home like you're not protecting her, you hitting her, beating her down, and how do you feel as a man? Just you also going to trip. You know what I'm saying? You didn't get kidnapped or nothing. You just hey, whatever. Came home with your parents, went camping, and like everything was all good. And that's supposed to be your so-called wife in the future. Shit pisses me off. That's why I was taking it serious. But like with me with Young Lee Jr., what you're gonna get with me, like I said, I mean I know race is a huge thing, but when it comes to issues, humanity issues in the law, I don't see no race in that. I see like between good and evil. Karma will find him and he will pay one way or another. Oh yeah, he will. Yeah. But like I said, it pisses me off though. But I'm glad we got people like Doug. I mean, I keep calling him Doug. Doug the Bounty Hunter. We got John Walsh. He was talking about these incredible leads that they have, and it's a possibility that he was probably utilizing, the Carlton Reserve as a ploy. He probably was never there. Ms. V said, I can only take this type of stuff in small doses, so be sure to unplug here and there. Yeah, I know. I'm not trying to, because I was really sleep deprived. Like I said, researching all of this. Maybe because I was interested in the case too, and I'm very passionate. But I just it just frustrates me, that this guy is walking around here living, and whatever he done a heinous crime to an innocent person. Ms. V said, be well, I'll see you around and we'll check out your content you've been putting out. I appreciate that. I'm about to close out in here soon, but I appreciate that. If I get any updated information, I appreciate you, Ms. V. I'm gonna finish reading this little paragraph here and probably gonna call it a night. So case search is not taken seriously, according to CNN. The years-long disparity prompted Derica Wilson to launch a Black and Missing Foundation, Incorporated in 2008 to help raise awareness for missing people of color. Wilson, a former law enforcement officer, said too often people label missing Black people, including children, as runaways or suggest they were involved in criminal activity. And with most police agencies allocating minimal resources to missing persons units, people of color are more likely to fall through the cracks. Wilson says some of those same families have sought national and local news coverage to no avail, she said. Wilson said her organization is hoping to combat the issue, which she insists is the result of systematic racism, by sharing and promoting the stories of Black and brown families with missing loved ones through the media. We look at it and we say, why not us? Wilson said, our families, our communities are desperate to find their missing loved ones, and sadly their cases are just not taken seriously. Lawmakers have also made efforts to address the issue. Earlier this year, Minnesota state legislators passed a bill authored by state Representative Ruth Richardson that would create a missing and murdered African American women and girls task force. Okay, Yeah, I get that. We had the separate task force, have that separate organization because the FBI can only can do so much, and they can dedicate themselves like a agency that can dedicate themselves to find missing people. People that's been gone missing of color. I like that. Richardson said a group would be tasked with making recommendation for improving how the state handle cases of missing black women and girls. She pointed to the story of 18-year-old Brittany Clardy, who went missing in St. Paul in 2013 in Minnesota, and police suggested to the family that she run away with her boyfriend. Carly's family launched their own investigation and started to get leads. Richardson said Clark's body was later found in the trunk of her car. Wow. Alberton Palmer was sentenced 40 years in prison for her death. Wow. Richardson says she wants to see police give these cases fair treatment. Yeah, as they do with whites and stuff like that. Because I mean, if you want to dismiss like when a black person gets, it seems to be missing. You can't just jump into conclusions and thinking that okay, well, they just ran away or they're involved in criminal activity. You got some people who just was snatched up, minding their own business. So you should have the same energy as and trying to find and crack this case as you do with other people, other races of people. So I didn't know that Brittany Clardy, yeah, she was missing in St. Paul in 2013, and she was trunk in her car, and they found the guy who did it. He's in 40 years in prison. Wow. What we tend to see is when black women and girls go missing, they are much more likely to be identified as runaways, though, and then they don't get the same level of law enforcement engagement support and don't get Amber Alerts. Richardson said. So there are lots of things within our system that have been set up in ways that are really failing these families and these black women and girls when they go missing. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and we learned a lot today. I'm not gonna draw this too long. So like I said, Dan Robson, I hope he's out there somewhere, and the Buckeye Police Department do something. I know David Robinson, he lost a lot of faith in the police department because of their lack of efforts. But let's just have them continue to have the faith, Um, yeah, I'm not saying condolences because he could be still out there, but I pray that things will work out in his favor and he'll be able to find his son. So you guys continue to like, comment, subscribe, share this video. I just want to just give respects to Daniel Robinson because I know I've been putting all my energy in the Gabby Petito case, but we'll see. So thank you guys for tuning in. Shows out Miss V and the one person that's coming in. Y'all like, comment, share this video, subscribe to this channel, man. I really love you guys. And until next time, till I get to any major updates, I'll come back in here. So enjoy your weekend. I'm out. Deuces.